Okay, I think we can begin and then others can join us. Good evening and thank you for joining today's live. Today we'll be discussing about money, energy and intergenerational traumas. And to discuss this we have with us Dr. Gaurav Deka. For all of you who've not attended the previous live, I'll just introduce Dr. Deka to you. Dr. Gaurav Deka is a transpersonal psychotherapist. He is a trauma resolution expert. He's a systemic coach. He's a family constellation therapist. He is a writer. He's a TEDx speaker. And the most interesting thing is that he has practiced conventional medicine before choosing the path of holistic healing. Hi Gargi, glad that you were waiting for this. Amazing. So now we have a lot of people and I will invite Dr. Deka to join us. Hi Gargi, hi Vishnu. Hi Gaurav, welcome
Hi,
back.
Sakshi. Hi, hi.
We had to get you back on popular demand.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for inviting me and bringing me back. And I'm so glad that this demand sort of, came up and we could meet again.
We are losing you a little bit in between. Could you check your connections because there's a little bit of
Yeah.
a lag.
Okay. Give
Hi Vishruti.
me one moment. Just give me one moment.
Yeah. I'll just do my highs and hello and you can check your connection.
Is it better now? Or is it still lagging?
It seems better. Yeah, it's better. Yes.
Just hold on. Just hold on.
So all of
Is it
you
now,
just
Sakshi?
join. No. Now it's yeah, it's better now. Yeah.
Is
Gargi is
it
also
better
saying
now?
it's better now.
Okay.
It is.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, great,
Yes.
great. Yeah,
Yes. So a very warm welcome back without the
thank
lag. And as the theme is, today we are discussing the most popular topic of money, energy, and intergenerational trauma.
you.
And a lot of people have been looking forward to this.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to dive straight into the topic and ask
Mhm.
you can money blocks or obstructions in our success
Mhm.
be due to intergenerational traumas?
Yeah, I think a lot of people ask me this question, and I tell them that I mean, people even from the holistic field who may have tried several methods. There are a lot of methods around considering money as energy, and by which you can have law of attraction and manifestation,
Mm.
and switch words and energy healing techniques to attract more and more money into your life. But then many times that doesn't work, and that doesn't work simply because there are other blocks behind you which you may not be able to identify, and those blocks belong to certain events and traumas that may have happened in your past, as in not only your past but in the past of your generation, in the life of your mother, in the life of your father, or maybe sometimes in the life of your grandfather, grandmother, and many
We
generations
are
back.
we are getting a lot of lag. Yeah, there's a lot of lag.
One second, hold on.
Yeah.
How is it now, Sakshi? Tell me.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see if this is better.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's just okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. Yes,
Right.
now it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's to answer your question. That's the answer basically. That yes, there are certain intergenerational events, or events that have happened in the lives of our parents, in the lives of our grandparents, as a result of which we face money blocks. We are not able to move ahead in life, or maybe we are not able to have the kind of success that we have desired, aspired. So yeah,
Mm.
that's one thing.
And how do you identify these money blocks? What is there a way to identify?
Say, for example, what happens is So the thing is, money, as we all know, is energy, right?
Hmm.
And the only nature of energy is to flow from one direction to the other, and also
Hmm.
to transform and manifest, right?
Hmm.
And we all have an emotional relationship with money. We don't have, even though it's a transactional entity, we don't have a transactional relationship with money. We have an emotional relationship with money.
Hmm.
Because right from the time we come across money as children, we know that this is something important, it is valuable. It becomes a part of our self-worth, it becomes a part of our identity. We attach our emotions to it. When we don't have it, we feel sad. When we have it, we feel that, do I even deserve it enough? So you see how it is an integral part of our identity. So the way
Yeah.
we look at ourselves and our own identity, we also look at money exactly in the same way. And because
Yeah.
money is energy, therefore the energy follows whichever way we look at it. So if
Hmm.
I look at money with guilt, it will only come to me and make me feel guilty. If I look at money
Hmm.
with sadness, then every time maybe I am sad, money is never going to come to me. If
Hmm.
I give it the name of my deserving ability, then probably on days when I feel worthless, it's not going to come. And even if it does, then maybe I will question that, do I deserve this? Do am I even eligible for it? Right?
Hmm.
So what happens is everything else that determines our identity, how
Hmm.
my mom treats me or how my dad treats me, um, the relationship I have with my mom and my dad, which forms my identity, I'm going to have the same relationship with money as well because it is a marker of my identity, right?
Oh,
So when
okay.
people have money issues, I tell them that you don't have a money issue, you have an identity issue. So let's look at
Hmm.
what issue do you truly have? What happens if you don't have money? And they would say, if I don't have money, maybe, I'm just going to be homeless. And I tell them that, okay, that's your worry, to be homeless. Your worry is not about
Hmm.
money, actually. So
Hmm.
it's always about something else. It's not truly about money. And that is where we begin identifying the block.
Okay, so are we here saying that, just to simplify it,
Hmm,
if I'm not feeling enough, if
hmm,
I feel
hmm,
that, oh, I'm not good enough,
hmm.
is that the kind of relationship I'm going to develop with money too? That I'll always feel that, oh, the money is not enough? How, just throw some light on this.
So when you say I don't feel good enough, so when money comes, do you feel good enough, or do you still continue to feel not good enough? That's one question. Okay. The other question is, when money comes and goes away, how do you feel? And people would say, I feel like a failure. I feel worthless. I feel that I can't do anything in life. I feel I will never be able to make it. I'm always imperfect. Well, you are talking about your identity in that moment. And
Hmm.
whichever way you feel about yourself is exactly how you will feel about money. So if for you money is equal to money plus self-worth, money plus guilt, money plus fear, that is what the money is going to come to you with. Every time the money comes, it will come with that attachment. For example, for some people, if you ask them that, what if I deposit, you know 20 lakh in your account, and they would be exuberant. Yes, yes, of course, that's the kind of money I would want. And I would say that if that truly happens, think, how would you feel? What will be your first reaction? And they would say, yeah, I think I would be scared. And why is it that you would be scared? Because I would be scared because I haven't done anything about it. So you see,
Hmm.
it has already become a part of one's self-worth,
Yeah.
one's ability to produce, one's productivity, one's constructive ability. So it
Hmm.
automatically becomes a part of your self-worth. That's the relationship
Hmm.
we have with money.
Yeah. Hmm. Actually, the next question was around guilt, because I
Hmm,
see it a lot.
hmm,
There
hmm,
is, and especially in the work we do,
hmm, hmm, hmm,
as therapists, as coaches, or as healers,
hmm,
there's so much of guilt attached to money. You're not comfortable quoting what, I mean, your prices,
Right.
How much would you charge for the services? There's so much of guilt associated
Hmm.
with money. So,
Hmm.
what is this relationship with guilt and
Hmm.
money? It just seems inseparable sometimes. So, why is that there?
Okay.
Thank you, Ritu. Yeah, there's a
Guilt.
compliment. Thank you. Thank
Thank you.
you. Yeah.
Guilt has its origin in love, actually. You know.
Uh-huh.
So um, let's put it this way: um, you belong to a family, and you belong
Mm,
to a group, or you belong to,
mm,
let's say, a group of friends. When you do something that is outside the norms of that group, when you do something that is outside the norms of the family, you feel a little
mm.
bit of guilt, right? For example, when you marry, in the olden days when they would marry outside the community, outside the tribe, probably a different
Yeah,
race, or maybe a different community or a different religion, there would be an exclusion, there would be an ostracization, right?
yeah,
Similarly, you have a group of friends and you have made your own set of rules and norms, and then maybe someone from that friend circle goes and dates someone else from another group. They are going to feel guilty and they would want to hide it, isn't it?
yeah.
So, guilt is a result of we wanting to continue belonging to our core group. Does that make
Mm.
sense?
It makes sense. It's my loyalty towards a certain condition that I've been growing up with,
So
and probably
now,
that is the reason. Yeah.
when I move beyond the boundaries of that, if my
Yeah.
family has not made that kind of money, if my family believes that this work is not going to give us money, if I belong to a community or a family of engineers from where I come, and I'm the only odd one out who is doing this profession where there is no name to this, if
Mm,
I come from a family who believes that for spiritual work I'm not supposed to make money, I am
mm,
defying the norms of that family, right? It is natural for
mm,
me to feel guilty, and a part of me, a huge unconscious subconscious part of me, will not let me go beyond that, and hence I feel guilty, and I stop my growth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Makes sense. Okay. Now there was this very beautiful and interesting post by you, which I read, and it's just stuck with me. So I would
Hmm.
want to bring it here while we're discussing it, where you said that it was something about inheriting a lot of money and then suddenly losing it, say,
Hmm.
within that year or a couple of
Yeah.
months. So I would want you to explain that a little bit here.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you mean by that? How is it related to the blocks that we're talking about, and or maybe family trauma that we're talking about?
Sakshi, I come across a lot of people who, not only in my practice, but even in my, day-to-day life, I have come across people who have made a lot of money, maybe in one night. They've won
Yeah.
jackpots, or they have just won that money from somewhere. Maybe they have gambled. We don't know. The
Hmm.
point is, they have made a lot of money, and they also lose it. They cannot hold on to it. you
Correct.
know for
I've
some
seen
reason
that. Yeah.
it just slips away, it goes away, right?
Hmm.
When I look into the family history of all of these people, I get to see a history of making money by unfair means, number one. Number
Hmm.
two, maybe, probably the family belonged to a set of zamindars, and then there were a lot of laborers who worked and contributed to the zameen, which means the land, and then they were not given their dues and pays and not honored, and all the money was extracted. Number three, it is possible that someone else, maybe elder brother, was supposed to inherit some part of that wealth, but by
Hmm.
treachery or by cheating, maybe the younger brother, who happens to be the grandfather of this family who I'm talking about, probably he somehow cheated and took all the money, and that's how he had got. Or it is possible that the elder brother died and he got all the money, the younger one, which is in a way an unfair advantage, right? So
Hmm.
everywhere there is an imbalance, in the way money has come to the generation, at the behest of someone
Mhm.
else's fate, at the cost of someone else's dignity and honor and life and contribution. That's the kind of history I find in people who lose money this way.
Oh, yeah. There's this karma and that karmic debt that is attached here. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
and I've also come across a few people, who have this very strong conditioning that no matter what I do, I have to physically slog to make money. Because
Hmm,
if ever I've tried other ways,
hmm,
say, not just lottery, even if it's property, or
hmm,
if it's
hmm,
any other way where you can actually earn
hmm.
that amount, big amount of money, it never works for them. Never works. They're stuck with this thing that if I'm going to physically slog, only then I can make money. Otherwise, I just keep losing money. So, what is this block?
The logic is very simple, Sakshi. All our life as children, we were told that we have to do something to earn our parents' love. You have to be number one in class. You have to come first in your singing
Mm,
competition. You have to, if there is a birthday party, you have to come out and sing in front of all the guests. Then you are a good boy or you're a good girl. My point is that we grow up believing that we have to do something to earn love of our parents. Our parents are our world as a child, right? And the tendency to earn is always there. It's inbuilt. As a result,
mm,
and this block that we face in not being able to have something without earning it is
mm,
actually an attachment trauma.
mm,
It's not a money trauma, it's
mm,
an attachment trauma.
mm. Attachment trauma, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So there is somebody who's asking, how do you identify such blocks? Gargi, how do you identify which blocks? Could you be a little more specific? Gaurav, I'm just going to read through a few comments,
Hmm,
if you
hmm.
don't mind.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. Gargi says hard work or productivity being connected with money. Is that right? That's what we were talking about. Yes.
Hmm,
Oh,
hmm.
yes. Can you tell us how to heal from this kind of trauma? We're going to talk about it, Rishruti. Let's just talk about the traumas first. Okay. Yes, we will save this live and then you can share it. Okay, great. Okay. Now, my next question is, do we inherit the fate with money from our ancestors?
Yeah, it is possible, not just from our ancestors, but from our parents as well, because there are times when clients have come to me. I remember a particular case of this guy who had changed 7 jobs by the time he came to me. And
Hmm.
and when he came, he said that, um, I'm good at my work, but I don't know what happens just before I'm about to get a promotion. I end up sabotaging it. I go and fight with my boss or with my HR, and I don't know why I do it. Um, and I know that I'm going to progress if I get the promotion, but somehow it happens, uh, as if another force takes over. And and I asked him that at what age did you start doing this? Did you start fighting with your bosses in different jobs? When was the first time? And he said that I was, I think he said I was 32 or something like that. And I said
Hmm.
that tell me if something significant happened at 32 to any of your, to your father, to your mother, in terms of money. And he said, oh yes, my father lost his business. He had a tire company which he lost at 32, and then he took up another job, but he could never revive that. And
Hmm.
that's it. That's it, because we knew that he was somehow connected to his father by simply sabotaging his own career for the sake of repeating what his father went through.
Subconsciously, are we trying to honor the fate of our parents by imitating it in our lives? And it happens not just with money, I think, with other things also, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's the point that I'm trying to make. That because we have an emotional relationship with money, everything that governs our emotional landscape is going to govern our money landscape as well.
Hmm. Very interesting. Okay. So now there is this one question. Ritu is asking, is money due to your destiny or is it due to your hard work? Very interesting question.
Money due to your destiny or due to your hard work? Um, my question, my my reverse question would be, is love due to your destiny or is love due to your hard work? And the answer
Yeah.
is it is none, because love is possible the moment you are on this planet existing in a body, right?
Yeah.
So love is inherently you. It's your core
Yeah.
emotion. So
Yeah.
the kind of attachments you have to with love, in receiving love from your parents, in receiving love from the world, in receiving love from your spouse or from your friends, is exactly what is going to happen to money as well. Because if you see the correlation, because as I said, because we have an emotional relationship with money, the
Hmm.
way we receive love is how we will receive money. It has neither got to do with destiny, nor has it got to do with, hard work, you know?
Hard work. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I remember you once pointing it out that I don't know which workshop it was, but yes, we
Hmm.
were doing chakras, and you said that heart chakra, which is the chakra of love, that is
Hmm.
green, and the color
Green,
of
yeah.
money is also green.
Green,
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
is, yeah, I mean, that is where the association is. So your
Right.
association with receiving love is in direct relationship with your association with receiving money too. Okay.
Absolutely.
And there is another question, which is I think fear of starting and doing something of our own freezes us.
Mm.
Now, this fear again is a blockage that we're talking about.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
can this also be an blockage that we're carrying?
It is definitely a blockage that we are carrying. Fear of
Mm,
doing something on our own. So what are the different possibilities I will be looking at if someone comes with this fear? The first thing I will
mm,
look at is, did someone in your family start their own thing? Did they start their own business and it didn't work out? Um,
mm,
is it possible that your family has migrated from a certain country to this country, or from a certain place to this place, and they had to lose everything that they created on their own while they migrated? Because that happens, isn't it?
yeah. Yes. All the people from Pakistan, we've heard these stories only. Yeah.
Right? Losing their own business, losing their own wealth. Um, is it possible that someone from outside came and took away all the wealth that was created by granddad or grandmom or someone else? Right?
Mm, yeah.
So there can be several possibilities, but maybe these are the three first questions that I will ask, and there will be a bingo moment where we will know what the block is, what happened in the family.
Oh, very interesting. And what is this one way that, I mean, not one, but even if it's several, it's okay. But how do we change? And what can we do to change our financial reality? How
Okay.
do we go about
So again, here are two things. It's very important to first of all identify where the event, where the block, where the trauma is. Money trauma is, as I said, is like any other emotional trauma that people have gone through in their life. And I help people to locate the trauma first by actually making a trauma chart, like we call it the traumagram. We also call it the genogram, by actually making a chart to locate where the trauma is. Physical chart, we make it on paper. And once the
it?
trauma is located through a mechanism, that is when we do a few healing movements and a few healing rituals in order to let go of the trauma from your body. Because you have to understand that since you have an emotional relationship with money, you have to first work at the emotional level. And to work at the emotional level, first of all, you'll have to feel the emotion. And without releasing it from the body, you cannot feel it going out of your body. You can't let go of it, right? So it is interesting to note that to heal money trauma, we have to work with our bodies.
Hmm.
And so I have an upcoming workshop tomorrow and day after. It's called The Truth Behind Your Financial Reality. It's tomorrow,
Hmm.
Saturday and Sunday, from India time 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And I'm going to teach locating these different money traumas across your lineage and generations, and finally, working with these traumas to heal them, to have a new perspective altogether. So, so people who are asking me these questions, I would invite them to, come and attend this workshop, and you will be able to resolve a lot in these 2 days.
Yeah, great, amazing. Now, before I let you go, there are still two questions that I have to
Yeah,
ask you, which are
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So there is this one question, which is the leap of faith or to look before you leap. What should be our approach towards money?
Okay.
That's the first
There is
question.
one sec. Can you see me?
Yes, I can now. Yeah.
Okay. So there is no fixed approach, Sakshi. There is absolutely not no fixed approach.
Yeah.
I would I would say that first figure out what is your fear with money. Whatever your fear is, first of all, help yourself to remove that fear and see where that fear comes from. Because the moment you have asked an either or question where you said that to take the leap of faith or to look before you leap, you already have doubted your own intention. And my
Mm,
question would be, if you do not look before your leap, what is the worst thing that will happen to you? And when you answer me that
that,
question, that is your fear, that's your block. And I will
that is your
explore that.
fear.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Okay, last question for today evening, and then I will let you
Yeah.
go. And anyone who has more questions, need more clarity, then I'd really recommend that you join tomorrow's workshop with Gaurav. It is the 1st and the 2nd May, right?
Yes,
It's for
first and
2 days.
second May.
And please join, and I'm sure it's going to help you a lot and
Yeah.
help you release a lot that you've been holding on to.
They can
Okay, so
simply
now this
drop me a
question
DM,
is
and from there we can follow up.
perfect. The
Yeah.
enrollment is still on, Gaurav. You're still taking enrollments, right?
Yeah. Till tomorrow 4 p.m. we are still taking enrollments.
Great. Amazing. Okay, so the last question is, one second, let me reach the question. It's scrolled up a little bit. What is it that makes us equate the amount of money we have equivalent to our status in the society, our stature or influence, etc.? That's a block too, isn't it? When we equate money as a standard of measure of our well-being in the society.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is the
Sorry,
question.
Sakshi, please make the question concise for me.
I'll
Yeah.
probably, let me just read it again. And so what makes us equate the amount of money we have equivalent to the status that we hold in the society? Let's just address that.
Yeah, the answer is very simple. The answer is familial and social exclusion. It is possible
Mm.
that our family in the past was excluded for not having enough money in the society. Today, we want to get back at it. That's it.
Mm. Yeah,
We want to be included. We want to be loved by the
we want to
society.
be included. Yes, yes. Amazing. I think it's so we can go on talking about it because it is so interesting and so deep a topic that the more we dig, the more we'll come up with. But I think the most beautiful takeaway for today is that your relationship with love equates to your relationship with money. That is a great takeaway. So, and you have to navigate through your trauma, your family traumas, find out your fears to understand your money blockages.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And to break the cycles of the past, somebody is asking, what do we do to break the cycles of the past? So that's what Gaurav has said, that once you locate your traumas, when once you've located your family traumas and where your fears are coming from, then rituals and healings can be provided as per that. Am I right, Gaurav, or there's something that you want to add on this?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to look into the past, because until you look at it in a conscious manner, you will continue to unconsciously carry it with you in the form of a block.
Yeah. And these blocks, for my understanding, and to simplify it for
Hmm.
everyone who's here with us right
Yeah,
now, Now,
Yeah.
the ways to remove these blockages could be through family constellations, could be through regressions. What
So,
else? Yeah,
Sakshi, a lot of people ask me that now what? We have uncovered it. Now what? What do we do about it?
yeah,
So, and at that moment, I go back to Carl Jung. Carl Jung was this really famous psychiatrist and
yes.
therapist as well as psychologist, and
Mm.
he says that bringing it into the light is enough because it had a certain way of working in the dark. When you
Yeah,
bring what is in the dark into light, it loses its ability to work the way it worked while it was in the dark. you know
correct.
so it dissolves, it dissipates. so
Beautiful.
so
Yes.
give up the idea that you have to do something to change it. First focus
Just
it
become
and
aware.
become aware and bring it to the light and look, have the intention, have the focus, have the strength, have the confidence to look at it and say, yes, I now see you finally.
And that should dissolve it. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for coming and giving us such insightful information on our blogs. And anybody, as I said, is interested. Whoever is interested can go to Gaurav's page, or you can DM him for the beautiful workshop that he's holding for the next 2 days. That is on the 1st and the 2nd of May. And you can help yourself immensely by doing this.
Thank you, Sakshi.
Thank you for
Thank you.
being here. And before I sign out, I just wanted to say that these are unprecedented times, and we're all going through
Mm,
very tough phase. It's heartbreaking to see that we're
mm,
losing people not just to the pandemic, but due to the lack of timely medical intervention.
yeah, yeah.
But along with it, it's about finding hope in night. And the good thing is that it's in the worst of times. Sometimes the best of humanity also comes forward, and people are really coming forward and helping. We have started a small energy circle with a group of healers.
Wonderful.
Anyone who is watching this, the intention of the circle is just to increase the vibration of the collective,
Mm,
and we're going to meet once a week. Anyone who is watching this right now and practices any kind of energy healing and would like to be a part of the circle, then you can DM me and I'll share the details with you. It's a no strings attached, there is no monetary aspect to it. We're just doing it for the collective. So do let me know if anyone is interested in being a part of the circle. And thank you
wonderful.
so much, Gaurav, for being here.
Thank you,
It's
Sakshi.
always such a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. See you
See
then.
you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for being a part of the live. Thank you for everyone who's complimented me, and I couldn't thank you before during the conversation. So I'll see you next Friday. Thank you so much.